Do you ever feel the need to just get the last word in, or do you ever feel the need to defend yourself every single time, or do you just ever feel the need to have something to say? Like they gotta hear how you feel, you gotta show people how you feel, or do you ever just feel the need to show people that you're not to be messed with and that you're not to try, and just to put people in their place because people are always constantly trying you, or just, you just feel like you have to navigate the world with being tough because nobody respects the weak person. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's Cherika Brown, of course, and we're on another episode of Cherika Be Talking, because I be talking. And on this episode, we're going to talk about the death of the ego. The quote that I got from my godfather was, "If I lose, we both win." So this whole concept and this conversation came about because, as y'all seen possibly before from my previous video, I talked about an encounter that I had at a Popeye's Chicken with another customer that was clearly having a bad day. I don't know what he's going through, but I allowed him to bring me out of character, and I regretted the situation instantly in the midst of it, because I am in a place in my life where I'm trying to kill my ego, and I'm just trying to grow as a woman and as a friend, a daughter, a soon to be girlfriend, wife, mother. I just want to make myself a better woman in general, for myself and for others and for the community. So when my godfather and his wife saw the message or saw the video, they did call me, because that's one of those things that's concerning these days. You have to be aware of what's just going on in the world today, and you don't want to really get into many altercations because people are literally crazy and nobody has respect for anybody or anything these days. So it's best to handle situations as mature as possible, and arguing and conflict and all of those things is honestly not worth it at the end of the day. That's the overall lesson and concept. However, I wanted to talk about the message, "If I lose, we both win." And it sounds so hard, but I really like when he said that, and that particular sentence stuck out to me, because oftentimes, even in life, everything is about us winning. We want to win. We want to make sure that we get something out of a situation. Everything we do is for the advancement of ourselves, ultimately. But what if you just consider losing just for somebody else to win? And stay with me on this one, because you may be like, what? Why would I want to lose just to let somebody win? I ain't no loser. The point is to win. But that situation stuck out to me with the death of the ego, because you don't know what another person is going through or what their mindset is on. But if you're on a personal growth tip for yourself, personally for your life, it's okay to let people have it. It's okay to not have to prove a point. And I feel like sometimes the environments that we grew up in, where we had to constantly prove ourselves, or you may have to just beat one person up so everybody else know not to ever mess with you again, we carry that thought process all throughout life. And you have to realize, when you start to elevate in life, that's not a healthy thought process to always have, because you can land yourself somewhere where you never thought you would be, and that's dead or in jail a lot of the times, because sometimes you're interacting with spirits that they're not on the same walk as you, and they're not thinking the way you think. So if I'm at a point in my life where I feel like even when people get smart and rude with me, even if I'm simply doing a job or doing a service, I feel like I can't wrap my mind around understanding why people treat other people that way, because we're all literally going through something. So I don't like to go to an establishment or, to someone's place of work, or call into somebody's place of work with a rude attitude, because you literally have no idea of what that person is going through. And I'm only about to deal with this person for a few minutes to an hour at max. So the least I can do is be kind to this person, because the world is probably already beating them up enough. So why do I want to be evil? But when you encounter a spirit that's evil and mean, and it's for no particular reason at all, we have to get to the point where we can kill our ego and allow that person to win, and allow no response to be a response in order for them to possibly learn a lesson that, or for it to click to them. You can't, like Dr. King said, you can't fight evil with evil. Like, if this person is being evil and I come and I decide to be evil back to them, that's not bringing a solution. That's not allowing the person to sit back and think about their actions. Whereas if I meet their evil with no response, I ain't even saying you gotta kiss their butt, but if I just sit there and be like, oh wow, they may be going through it, like I just feel for them. Like, this person cursed me out, called me out my name, and I just get them a look like, wow. Like, that takes a whole nother level of maturity. And if you anything like me, it sounds so simple, but when you're in the heat of the moment, sometimes it's difficult to respond in that manner. But that's where I am in my life, where even anybody that know me personally know that I be talking. I got something to say. I can have a comeback, and I ain't really gonna let nobody run over me and just say anything to me. So I'm going to make it known, like, don't play with me, don't try me. So in every little interaction that I have throughout my days, even when I'm simply just going to the gym to work out, now I decide and I pray before I even go to a situation, like, you know what, I'm going to let people have it today. I'm going to let people possibly do something or say something that Cherrick would normally want to let slide. And I'm going to let it slide. And when you kill that ego and realize that nothing is really that deep, you become at such a more peaceful place in life, and it pours over to all aspects of your relationships, whether it's romantic, friendships, or everything. You just get this peace about yourself that you realize people responses and people actions have nothing to do with their personal attack on you, but everything to do with what they're going through personally. And just because you've reached a level where you can go through things personally behind closed doors, cry, and literally be heartbroken and distraught, but you can go and interact with people with kindness, other people may just not be on that level just yet. But who you are can pour over and on to other people. So it's okay to let yourself lose, to let them win. Because if I let you lose and I also lose by meeting you where you at instead of meeting you at a higher place, I'll land myself in a situation that I didn't want to put myself into. I don't want things to go completely left to the point where I'm incarcerated, or my parents or, you know, people are having to come and tell me goodbye for forever, that I have to go and meet the Lord. So when you really think about the lengths that a simple conflict can go to, like how serious something could get to the point where, you know, it's just not out of your control, but things went a little quote unquote too far, you'll realize that a lot of things aren't worth negative energy. A lot of things aren't worth a response. Like I said, no response is also a response. And most importantly, if I lose and you win, at the end of the day, we both won, because I don't have any points to prove. I got too much to lose. And if I lose, it's not really a loss, it's a win spiritually, because at the end of the day, I'm living to please God, and I'm trying to be more like God and more like Christ, and you may not be on that walk that I'm on. So that worldly loss that I take is really a win for me and for you, because you feel like you just told me off and I didn't do nothing about it. But also, you may go home and realize how crazy you look for yelling at somebody or doing something to somebody that didn't even come back at you how you came at them. So that's just something to think about, just the depth of that ego. Like, and don't get me wrong, having pride and dignity and an ego in certain situations can be a good thing, because those things tie into your self-respect. But when we're speaking about the ego of just having to prove a point and just be worldly, let's reconsider that, y'all. So the message for today is just, if I lose and let you win, we both win. Thank y'all for tuning in. I hope y'all get something out of this message, and I hope it just resonate with somebody. And y'all know I'll be back because I'll be talking.